That negative voice inside your head that's telling you that you suck and you can't do it, that's not your voice. That's not actually your voice. That's not you telling yourself that you suck. That voice was planted there. That voice was put there by somebody else in your life, and probably early on growing up telling you that you can't do something. You were not born. You didn't come out of the womb and say, I suck. I can't do anything. No, you're playing, you're experimenting, you're finding joy, you're laughing, you're doing it. And then along the way, people tell you that you can't do it, that you should stop, that you should quit, that it's not going to work out, that you can't do it. And we've been so conditioned around that we take it on and we think it's our voice. When you come up with an idea, right? Just workshop this. You come up with an idea. It's like, oh, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna launch this business. I'm going to whatever. You come up with your bucket list, your dream life, your vision board. You come up with a list of ideas, things that you think that you want to do, things that you feel confident that you'd love to create for yourself, right? Okay. What happens the next day? The next day, it's not even telling our friends. You know, I think we blame our friends and say, well, we tell our friends and they're going to be negative and they crap on our idea, and so we don't do it. Well, before that happens, we crap on our own ideas, right? You look at that list the next day and say, I can't do that. Who was I yesterday? This crazy person that I used to be yesterday who thought I could do that. It's ourselves telling ourselves that we suck. But the problem is we've taken on that voice and we think that it's us. That's not your voice. That is not your voice telling you that you suck. That is somebody else's voice that was planted in your head, that has been conditioned to be there, that we're so used to being there that we have taken on as our voice. It has become your identity. But it was not your voice. It was put there. It was a seed that was planted, that has been grown over time, and you need to rip that weed out. That is not your voice. You do not think that you suck. It's other people with low expectations who hate their own lives, who at some point went and tried something that did not work out for their life, and now nobody around them can have success because it makes them look and feel bad. And so they spend their time ripping other people down and apart. That's who planted that weed in your head. That might hit pretty hard. I hope it does. Because when that happens, if you can actually digest that, what ends up happening is you think, oh, whose voice is that? Whose voice is in my head? And that's great awareness, to know that it's not your voice, and then to identify whose voice it is. Who told you these things? Who made you feel this way growing up? And if you think about who that person is, if you can actually picture somebody, oh, that was Uncle Joe, or oh, that was my grade 3 teacher, oh, or that was my, the bully at school, whoever that person was. Now think about, okay, it's that person's voice, not you. That's already incredibly liberating. But then too, do you want to live that person's life? Like, think about that person. Probably they're not living a great life. They're not hitting their potential. They're not even happy with what they're doing. If somebody's spending their day tearing other people down, what kind of painful life does that person have to have when they go home? You don't want their life. If you don't want their life, then you definitely don't want their voice in your head anymore. Hopefully that creates an aha moment for you that starts to actually shift things, because we've been so conditioned to listen to that voice that we don't recognize that we actually have a choice to rip it out and start to listen to our own voice. So that's step 1. Step 2 then is, whatever you want more of in your life, you need to be surrounded by it more. You need to change the environment. Your environment has been perfectly designed to keep you where you are. And if you're watching this video, I love you. Thank you for being here. You are probably the happiest, most optimistic, most positive, most caring, most pouring into other people that's in your environment. Like, if you think about you and your friends and your family, you're the most optimistic person in your family. You're the most positive person in your family. You're the most ambitious person in your family. You're the one who wants to care and serve the most in your family, right? But you're capable of way more, right? You can do way more than what you're doing right now. And so you end up being this big fish in a really tiny pond, where you're serving others and pouring into others, and you wish they could do more. And that's amazing. Don't stop caring for others, but you need more of a push yourself. You need to be around the people who are doing things that you want to do on a higher level. So the environment really matters, and your environment right now is good. It's not terrible. Maybe it is terrible, but it's not great. Most likely it's just good. And it keeps you stuck, and it keeps you in slow growth mode, and it prevents you from becoming the person that you actually want to be. So how do you start to shift that? Well, you shift your environment. And you may say, well, Evan, I don't know people who are super accomplished and are living the life that I want to live. I don't have any of those friends. If I did, I wouldn't be still stuck here. And I hear you. I get it. So the fastest way to do it isn't through actually trying to make those friends. It's through what I call aspirational mentors. It's by watching videos like this. You may never meet me. You may never meet Mel Robbins. You may never meet whoever your heroes are, but you can learn from it through these videos. Whoever you want more of, whoever you respect and maybe are even jealous of, that they can think that way and live that way, be around them more. Look at who you subscribe to on YouTube. Look at who you subscribe to and follow on Instagram. Look at the books you read and the podcasts you listen to and the shows that you watch. Are they from the people who make you feel better about yourself and give you hope, inspiration, and courage to go live your dream? And if not, then switch it out. Switch it out. If you are watching YouTube and you just found that you wasted the last 3 hours of your life, it's not YouTube's fault. It's your fault. You're subscribed and watching the wrong videos, because there's a lot of positivity out there. If you close a YouTube session, you feel worse about yourself, then you subscribe to the wrong channels. If you're watching this video and feel worse about yourself, 1, I sincerely apologize. And 2, you should unfollow me and go follow somebody that makes you feel more hopeful and alive. Because if you started your day with the thing that made you feel hopeful, alive, bold, confident, powerful, things are possible, your life will change. But we need that external stimulus. You are a product of your environment. You have to have those people around you. You can have Elon Musk and Mel Robbins and Tony Robbins and whoever pushing you every day. You can have them pushing you every day by consuming their content. We just happen to be enslaved by the things that are around us that we haven't designed with intention. That's all. You know, YouTube, the algorithm is so addictive. It's so addictive. You get one video that then takes you down another path, and now all of a sudden you've just watched 3 hours of videos on something that doesn't make your life better and you don't actually really care about. You just got sucked into the drama of a certain storyline. Has that ever happened to you? Remember, I watched the Michael Jordan tribute, The Last Dance, and I went to research one of the storylines of Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan to see kind of what the 2022 updated version was. And all of a sudden, I got down this rabbit hole of Scottie Pippen versus Michael Jordan, and 3 hours later, there's still other videos to watch. Like, what am I doing? This is a waste of time. I don't even care that much about these guys. I watched The Last Dance. It was a great documentary, and I learned from it, and I love the drive and tenacity and hustle, but I don't care about the drama between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And so we will easily default back into that comfort mode and back into consuming drama. You have to, with intention, try to bring that back. So here's a great homework assignment. Go look at your YouTube homepage and see what's being recommended to you. And how many of those videos, whether it's my channel or other channels, how many of the videos on your homepage right now will make you a better human, will make you feel more proud of yourself, will make you feeling hopeful, confident, courageous, ready to take some action on some of your goals? And how many of them are drama? How many of them are pure entertainment? How many of them will lead to some giant rabbit hole that you don't want to go down? If you actually set out your calendar and say, how do I want to spend my day with intention? How many of these videos would actually lead you towards that path? Right? And for too many people, it's not a pretty picture. We're listening to the wrong people. And so you can change that. You can change that. If we circle back, you recognize that the negative voice in your head is not your voice. It was planted there by somebody else who hates their life, and you don't want their life. Then you switch it to say, okay, well, whose life do I want? And ultimately, you want your best version of your life. But to get there, you're taking different pieces from different people's lives. Like, oh, I like how he does that and she does that and she does this. And you're pulling different people, different things from different people. And then you start to surround yourself with that. And the shift doesn't happen overnight. But if you're constantly pouring these people into you, if you're constantly pouring Evan Carmichael into you, you're going to start to believe more in yourself. And if you're constantly pouring other people into you, you're going to start thinking like them, behaving like them, taking on their mindsets and their beliefs. And if those are beliefs that you want and the mindset that you want, amazing. You get to choose now. You're in control. You've been a product of your environment, your early environment with negativity, your ongoing environment with probably just mediocrity keeping you where you are. And now you can change it. You can shift it. You can decide to be in a different spot 1 year from today. And the most important step you can do is to start choosing and carefully decide with intention who you want to be around so that in 1 year from now, you are in a different spot, not just for you, but so you can serve others and lift them up to catch up as well.
If you want another Evan rant video that just might give you the confidence you need, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
You can choose at any moment positivity. You can choose at any moment gratitude. You can choose at any moment service. You can choose to change your mindset in an instant if you wanted to.